Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, my objective for tonight is to inspire you all. I want to inspire you all to do something. Whether that something is with other people, whether that something is done alone, or whether that something is new and uncomfortable, I want you to do it. Activities with other people. If you attended my speech last week, you understand why I want you all to do activities with other people. There are many benefits. I'll go over a couple. One of the benefits of doing activities with other people are to reconnect. I was telling Amma, we had gone out prior to the fall semester, but then we lost touch. We saw each other at Toastmasters, but we didn't really go out outside of school. It wasn't until last month that we finally got to spend some more time together. And as a result of the time that we spent together, I believe that we're now closer and almost like family. In addition to reconnecting with lost friends, you can also build stronger bonds. I have 3 roommates. We see each other every day. We know each other. But quite honestly, I couldn't call them my friends until last month as well. We went out on some crazy adventures. As a result of spending some time with my friends, I no longer call them my roommates. I'll call them my friends. In addition to reconnecting and building stronger bonds, you can also discover new things you didn't realize you were missing. 2 weeks ago, I went out with a friend and a roommate of mine. We were looking out for a place to have lunch. I was thinking burger and fries in my head. So we drove out to North Dallas, and then I got lost. Fortunately, one of the people that I was with knew where we were, and he said, "Hey, that place, I recognize it. They have some really good panipuri." And I said, "What's that?" "Oh, it's the best. It's the best Indian chaat you can have, and it's very, very authentic at this place." So we went in, and I'm so happy that I got lost that day, because that day I tried the best, most authentic Indian chaat I've ever had in my life. Had I not been with these fellows, I would have just gone to the next fast food joint down the street. But that's what happens when you hang out with other people. Clearly, I'm somebody that is in favor of doing stuff with other people, but I also recognize the importance of doing stuff on your own. Why would you do stuff on your own? Well, it could be from yoga, maybe watching some movies on your own, listening to the radio. One of my roommates, he was very, very stressed out from school, and his family recommended to him, try some yoga. You'll be glad you tried it. As a result of doing yoga over the last month, he feels more relaxed, more at peace with himself, and he just feels better overall. Another roommate of mine, he's always in his room, and I say, "Why are you always in your room?" And he says, "I'm watching movies." And I say, "Well, okay, that's cool. What do you get out of it? What kind of movies do you watch?" He says, "The movies that are out in theaters." And I said, "Oh, that's cool. So why do you always spend your time watching movies?" He says, "I need to understand you guys. I don't understand a lot of the occurrences around me. And because I watch more films in my room, I sort of get a deeper understanding of the culture that I'm residing in." Me, if I have some time alone, I'm a radio fanatic. I love listening to NPR. If I have some time, extra time to myself, there's something about just listening to some newscaster's voice. Maybe it's like an interesting program about culture far away from the US. I learn something new, even if I don't really pay attention to the person that's talking. There's just, I get so relaxed, so I almost feel zen. I don't understand the concept of meditation or what it's like to feel at one with the world. But from what my roommate tells me about his yoga, I think that I get the same result out of listening to public radio. I've gone over the benefits of hanging out with other people. I've gone out the cool stuff about being alone and enjoying your time alone. What's left? When you hang out with other people and when you do stuff on your own, the default is to do stuff you're already familiar with, you're already comfortable with. My last point is to convince you all to do something new and uncomfortable. That could range from the mundane, cooking. It could go from the extreme, life-threatening. My roommate brought up last night, actually, when I was talking about my last speech. He said, I actually like to look up the website meetup.com. They have a section on there that talks about the bucket list. One of his items on his bucket list is to go skydiving. It's pretty extreme for me. But what differentiates the skydiver from the person that's interested in skydiving? Nothing, really. You all know the feeling. You're all a part of Toastmasters. Who's really born a natural-born public speaker? I know a couple people who seem like naturally born public speakers, but it's not true. Just think about it. Doing 1 + 1 seems like second nature to us, right? But we all struggled through learning that those little rules in elementary school. Reading, that also seems human to us. But we all had to go through the discomfort of learning how to read in English in elementary school, or perhaps reading in English fairly recently. But eventually it becomes second nature. Clearly, being uncomfortable leads to mastery. Eventually, that thing that you were uncomfortable doing, that thing that you were uncomfortable trying, becomes a part of you. And then as a result, you become a bigger, better person. So, I'm not sure how inspirational I've been to you all, but please, whether you do that thing with other people, whether you do it on your own, or whether that thing is new, scary, and uncomfortable, just do it. It's your Toastmaster.